Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the ATL. Once the terminus of the Western and Atlantic Railroad, where the sound of that train horn can still be heard inside the magnificent Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Today, two NFC clubs going head-to-head. As it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Atlanta. And these guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So here come the Falcons, now to get the football for the first time. They are led out by a veteran quarterback hailing from Michigan State, and we like that. It's Kirk Cousins.
Not bad for a fourth-round draft pick. Well over 100 career starts now. And the chemistry with his top targets, really on point. They spent a lot of time in practice and after practice making sure the routes are running well. And he knows exactly where they're going to be on the field. And when they get open, he delivers.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23.
Play action now. Cousins. And he wants the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plans to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Throwing is Cousins. It's caught inside by Robinson. So it's stopped for no gain. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, now what? How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And just a net of 31 here, 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The 2nd-round pick who started his career at Alabama and finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for a Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of heart and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
Throwing is Hurts. And then nearly an interception here on his opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. They'll get this up to the 34. A good lead opening up right away for him. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, this shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
This is caught. It's Brown. And down inside the 15 he goes. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice game there. This one goes for 20. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. With the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Here's Hurts to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts on target to Dallas Goedert. And the Eagles are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the drive was all finished off on the touchdown catch by Dallas Goedert. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This out to the 25. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your territory, the goals are minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even getting the punt in, you change the field position, you flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and hurt themselves out.
Now Cousins. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Preparing for the set by big Jalen Carter. But certainly not an ideal first quarter for him. Remember, he lost the fumble earlier, and here he ends up on the ground with a sack.
And sometimes what happens when you make a mistake early, you get too cautious going forward. Just cover up the football and take care of it and be able to cut it loose. Otherwise, your offense is going to stall.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. Might have needed just one more block as it stands, 37-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have an excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crap out of the game, would be ideal.
And he's down inside the field at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
That's good. For Eagles, first down. First and goal.
He's in the end zone for an Eagle touchdown. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen coming out to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Elliott on for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. They have the short field, and they make quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone.
Elliott taking off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Atlanta now coming out on the field. not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. Throwing, Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. He's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
Elliott now to add the extra point. It's good and before you know it, it's 21-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Falcons ready to take over. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive.
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they'll come up with an answer because only a few teams in the history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score the game, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And this will be Falcons' first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line. They're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
They'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
That's an early scrambler can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they don't really give up a huge play. They want to get first steps and continue to put it back on the run.
Taken down by Nakobe Dean. A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 5.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. 21-0 our score after 1. Back now in Atlanta, 2nd quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. On now to punt. Here's Bradley Pinion. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it will be Eagles football 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Trying for Brown, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. Then they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 38-yard line. It's really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They've had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
They'll send the tight end in motion. First and 10, it's Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 38. The Falcons on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And a touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. 2 yards is the pickup. And it'll be first down Atlanta.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
As we say often, it shows confidence in your offensive line. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is really fooling around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get his running game going.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Cousins now. Under pressure, and he will be down. Sacked back at the 38. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully popular right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of the momentum back. Make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Hurts. That one too wide, and incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Hurts sets up to throw it. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And he's going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. First down carry for Barker. And he gets this one just shy of a 40 down at the 39. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
They'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
That's another Eagles first down.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And this one nearly picked off. It's kind of surprising to see the field his counter and let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. After the broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. They get 7 out of that, so you're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll look to throw. Pass taken in. It's going to the end. That is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts on target to Dallas Goedert. And the Eagles continue to pull away here this first half.
On that 3rd down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take him the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Elliott on for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So that drive of a total 8 plays. And the drive was all finished off on the touchdown catch by Dallas Goedert.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Falcons now going to go on offense late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. As the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now Cousins. And pressure coming on the goal.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. He's so tired how this game's been going.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scotty, thank you as always. Well, likely two very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Now come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here's they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I don't think this is a player drop on the way to a upside victory.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now. This incomplete to Smith. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So first and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
24-yard gain.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Pass to Brown. He's got it. Right across the way. It's a first down. His fourth catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
First and 10 at the 35.
They go play action with Hurts. And his throw here is incomplete. Now it's second and 10.
Incomplete. Leads to second and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. This pass hauled in by Dodson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's still pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
Jesse Bates. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. That was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities. And this is a good one right in front of them.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. To throw, Cousins. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there. Those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish on the other end.
This pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. There's Bradley Pinion now, standing just outside his own goal line. There'll be 37 yards there on the play. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Well, you're right about that. Up until that last play, we're going to work it pretty well for this offense. Gaining chunks of garbage, getting first down, really making a push for the end zone. It looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short, memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of buying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. He's not going to get anywhere close to the markers. They'll stop him well short of the yellow line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality, they're firing out and hitting people. Try to get them started again occasionally.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Falcons will get it first and 10 from deep in their own territory. Looking to put a drive together. They'll give it to Robinson to get the drive. They'll give this one to Ross 14. Zach Ball there on the tackle. They work now on 2nd and 9.
At the 14-yard line.
Here's Cousins. Kadarius Hodge has it complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Robinson toss play left side. And he's going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Cousins. The middle into traffic, and that's complete. These guys have played 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Cousins to throw it. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Jared Phillips, the former first rounder, getting in there for the sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
No, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on to punt for Atlanta. Fielded at the 33. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And they will take over first and 10. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They got to get going.
This will be incomplete. A dream chance for a D-lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Up the middle of Barkley. And it's a run to work. And they will finally get him down, but not before he takes us to the Falcons' 29-yard line. 76 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Pretty explosive run on an inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the stream.
And Hurts is intercepted. His 3rd of the game. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Falcons are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper to your offensive play. The bottom line is, don't quit competing.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. Robinson with another carry. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. It's Cousins on the sneak. And he's going to have the Falcons first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Robinson up the middle. And able to use his blockers to get this up. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down.
It's 2nd and inches.
And first carry for T.A. Algier. And they go near the 45 and spot at the 44.
It's a gain of
2 yards, good enough for a first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Moving to motion man right. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. He's going to take this ahead for around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Play fake. Cousins. And that's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Big gain of 5. And they leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. Algier will try to pick it up. And he's going to have the Falcons first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
That's another Falcons first down.
So the first down, they'll stick with Algier. And he stopped immediately there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11 yards.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
In motion, the tight end. To throw is Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return. And an Eagle touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt, but for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a 2nd time.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another touchdown lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. By I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that zero on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tonight.
Maybe get a little type of points on the board. It'll count as a long victory. Those getting press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it certainly stings a little for a while. But everyone on offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
A sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Cousins. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. He brings up 3rd down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Throwing is Cousins. Pressure comes and down he goes. He must get that inside. Jalen Phillips able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Part of our vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolute astounding effort by every player involved.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Final punt of 38 yards officially. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the 4th quarter. In the past, we might be discussing their plans, talking about steak and soup. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
I know it should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero. They just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Gentlemen, they're on for the extra point. This one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6.
Jake Elliott taking off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Make it to the 25. So out come the Falcons now. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
To the sideline, and look at that catch. Trying to get the toes. And it's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Left side for Algier. Oh boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him from no gain.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Algier again on 2nd down. We are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. Now a 3rd and 6. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Smith picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Talking about 2 sides of the ball across purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The Eagles offense and running back Saquon Barkley ready to get going again. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. And defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
The second and 4 2-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll run it again with Barker. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's right short, so he'll be throwing about the length of the football.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and inches.
They'll try to run for it with Barker. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
It's a gain of 30. That's good for an Eagles first down.
Barkley inside handoff. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Not much defensive resistance on that drive. Really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2.
The Eagles
They're going to run it with Barkley. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable, but their opponent was playing. They do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they try to hit the reset button starting to ball.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Couldn't seal the deal. They'll look to throw. Eagle pressure, 2 minutes this time. The defense coming through on 3rd down. Loss of 7 to bring it forward.
Let's go ahead and put check marks by it all, partner. No points. Down by 4 touchdowns. Haven't had anything going today on offense. Why not add a late sack to the mix? Obviously, a day to forget for all involved. Let's give plenty of credit to this defensive effort. They've been excellent from start to finish.
And he'll take it just outside the 40. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot and 8-yard return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He'll be looking to get in the end zone again. Had the touchdown, as you see, last drive on 4 carries. And during the break, we were looking at some of the replays from the previous drive. Really good holes, creating great space.
You got to do something to slow down that runner. So is it bringing in more defensive linemen? Is it dropping in extra linebackers? What are you going to do? Personally, I'm going to take my safety and drop him into the box. I'm going to have at least 7 in there until he shows that he can beat me through the air.
Yeah.
I've got to slow down the running
I was
game.
just going to say, you'll take the exposure in the passing game over the top until you can prove that you can stop the running game.
Sometimes you go cold because you haven't thrown it a lot. Let's see if we can heat up again.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we'll take a break. Second down and 3. They'll go to Barkley again. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just added their totals.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just the drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley.
Jake Elliott kicking off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you can go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.